Well, let's see. We have audio. We have audio. Cutting it shows. I just did the last update. Yeah, we're the last two, and I know this is boring stuff, but somebody's got to do it, so it may as well be me. So, so 2 weeks ago, we started with vMix 10 and updated it to vMix 11 and started testing. And then we did some more testing last week. You can go back and watch those shows and see what the results were. And then I think last week we even streamed and recorded and did multi-quarter on 2 cameras, really trying to crush the PC and see how it worked. And so this week we thought, well, that was the upgraded PC. Let's do one from scratch. So we threw away. We didn't throw it away, but we pulled out the main drive from that system, put a fresh main drive in, and installed Windows 11. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But Yeah, we were up until just a minute ago. I mean, literally just a minute ago, updating, getting all the updates done to Windows 11. Um, I will say that Windows 11 updated faster than Windows 10 in a new install, because I do that's the only time I install these is on a new install. Um, Although there was one moment when Windows 11 shut itself down and didn't want to restart. Um, and I had to use some tricks to get it to restart. So, but that was just an installation thing. It hasn't been a problem since then. So, thank you, Marie. Yes, indeed. Better me than you. Aha. Okay. Well, I can see where my good support is, Tommy. But that's okay. That's okay. It's been an interesting morning, and here's the thing. I'm reading the chat over here, so that's why I'm not making eye contact with you. Um, yeah, I'm not. I don't even understand that. I'm from Alabama. I wasn't born in Alabama, but I was raised in Alabama. Spent most of my life in Alabama, and yeah. So I want to break this thing. I want to break it and find out why it's broken and where it's broken, and how we can fix it and get vMix, um, help get vMix ready and approved for Windows 11 by vMix. Right now, the vMix gang, unless I missed the Fun Time Live show last night. I don't know. They may have announced that vMix now is approved for Windows 11, but I doubt it. Um, yeah, we'll see. Faster as in molasses at room temperature versus cold. Molasses, when it's cold, that sucker doesn't move at all. I mean, you can pour it like this, and it's just like, yeah, it's like a brand new bottle of ketchup. You know how you can't get the ketchup out of the brand new bottle. But that's neither here nor there. Neither here nor there. So for those of you that are not really geeky, getting into the guts of Windows 10 versus Windows 11, then yeah. Oh my gosh, can you see through those? Look at that, like Albert Einstein. I forget, not in not in most ways, but in that I just forget to clean my glasses. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So we've got a PC connected to my production PC two different ways. One way is I have a HDMI cable connected to the monitor output on that PC, connected to this PC via a capture card, a Blackmagic DeckLink Mini recorder. So I'm getting it's almost like it's a monitor attached to the PC, and I'm telling it to go ahead and duplicate monitors. So whatever's on that one, I can show here you guys here. I'm also using TeamViewer to remote into that PC so that I can control that PC from here, and I don't have to go back there and uh-oh, I'm missing all this. I'm missing all this. Hold on. Marie has news for us. Fun Time Show started a new setup with Windows 11 approved. Ah, how about that? I'll be darned. That's the one time I missed the show. Yeah, how about that? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I get it. Well, I wonder if I'll have to go. I can't wait to go watch that episode and see if they notice the discrepancy in how vMix records or Yeah, how vMix shows the CPU usage versus how Windows 11 shows the CPU usage. I remember Martin commenting a while back that there was a difference in how the two did it, that he calculated his differently than Windows did, than Microsoft did, and he thought his way was better and more accurate. But the gap has jumped like, you know, amazing. Like what were we getting last week? You know, in the 30s and 40s in Windows and 100%, no, excuse me, 30s and 40s in vMix for the total CPU use. And then Task Manager was giving us 100%. And we downloaded an app, I forget what it was, and checked it with that app, and that was closer to what vMix said than what Windows said. So we'll see. You watched it 9 hours ago, so that wasn't live. Okay. Yeah, I saw that it had come on, and I just missed it last night. I missed it by 20 minutes or so. And you know, sometimes if you come in late to the show, like even in the post show with the vMix Funtime Live show on YouTube, you can run the little whatever that thing is, the DVR, back to the beginning and watch it from the beginning. Because you remember that when they publish it on YouTube later, it's only the show. It doesn't include the pre-show or the post-show. And sometimes you get some good stuff there. But I'll be interested to go back and watch. Unlike some other shows that give you the entire pre-show and the entire post-show in the recording. All right. Well, kudos to Marie to know something. Not just something, but something significant. And not that you wouldn't know something significant anyway. Jan's been working. Oh my gosh. Hello, Gunnar. Glad to have you. Tommy, I don't know. I think it's you. I'm not flashing orange here, and I've got plenty of bandwidth overhead. And today we're not sending 4K. Tommy, you might try for a lower resolution in what's that thing called? YouTube. Okay. Let's play nice here. Hello, Ken. Welcome, my friend. Good to see you. Glad to have you. Do y'all remember that Ken was the one that came to NAB 2019? Was it 2019? I think it was 2019 when we had the Streaming Idiots meetup on the floor of NAB at the PTZ Optics booth. And the convention center was going to charge us like $90 a pound for mixed nuts. Because remember, that's back when mixed nuts were a thing. And Ken smuggled in almost $200 worth of nuts. That was the best. That was the best. Okay, let's see how we're doing here. We're getting up there. Hello, Mr. Connor. Good day to you. Glad to have you. Good to see you. Today, in 4 minutes and 27 seconds, we are going to be talking about vMix 26 on a fresh install of Windows 11. So, yeah. vMix Funtime Live Show also talked about some audio issues. I haven't seen any yet. I've tried recorded. I haven't done I have. I've done a vMix call. I've done a video with audio. I've done an audio clip. But I haven't been able to recreate the problems that people are having. And some of it just may be, for example, I'm bringing my audio in via USB. Somebody that's bringing their audio in via line in may have a problem that I'm not having with Windows 11. So we'll talk about it. We'll see. The question is to have a setup that's bulletproof, one that you don't have to worry about. Is the audio going to be okay today? I mean, if you can't find the audio issues, don't do that. If you are have some choice over what Windows you operate, until vMix says there are no more audio issues, I wouldn't go to Windows 11. Now there'll come a time for those of us that are building new systems that we're not going to be able to get Windows 10 to install anymore. We're going to have to go with Windows 11. And that's one of the reasons why I'm playing with it like this, so that I can be knowledgeable. And the other is so that, if you accidentally upgrade to Windows 11, and they make it easy to do accidentally, then I can help you find what the problems are. So we'll see. We will see. Yeah. And how do you tell? How do you know? How do you know? Exactly. Exactly my thought. Something's trying to be helpful and not helping as much. I've switched over from lemonade today to Pepsi. It's the little mini cans, though. It's also the real sugar. It makes 10 calories difference. That's Sandy's doing. She's a sweetheart. If I would go to Windows 11 if the system has a CPU with different types of cores. You mean like square cores instead of round cores? TS needs to watch the very beginning of the live show concerning the audio issues. I'll do that. I will do that. Was it in the pre-show, Tommy, or was it in the show? I didn't watch either, and the pre-show is no longer available. It is out in the cybersphere somewhere, but it's not coming back. Okay. So, Windows 11 has been out there for a while, but we are not, so we are way behind the 8 ball here. I mean, I am. I as in we. It was in the show. Okay. Good. All right. Well, let's go to the show for this show. We're going to hit the pink button on our X Keys XK80. Bulletproof. It's bulletproof. Here we go. Love it. So glad to be here today. And I see I'm a little off center. I could use my PTZ camera and center myself, but it's faster just to move my chair. Hello and welcome. I'm Tom Sinclair. This is Streaming Idiots. You have officially arrived at the end of the internet. If you look over the edge, you can see the great abyss down there. Yep, that's right. The internet is flat. You can get to the edge. Welcome, everybody that's watching live, and those of you that are watching later than live. Like Rich will come in the post show and he'll say, "What did I miss?" I'll tell you, Rich, right now what you've missed, because you're going to go back to the beginning of the show, even when you get here late. Today we're going to talk about Windows 11. Surprise, surprise. Okay, but this is different. The last 2 weeks we've been doing a PC here in my studio that I installed Windows 10 on and then updated to Windows 11 and did all the updates, did everything that I could possibly think to do to make it go to Windows 11. At Windows 10, and I thought about this yesterday, I built it with Windows 10. I installed everything that I would normally install, including vMix, and then I updated it to Windows 11. I didn't reinstall vMix, so I don't know if that makes a difference. Today, and boy, just barely ready for showtime, I pulled that main drive out. It's just an M.2 SSD. Set it aside. I'll reuse it later, wipe it clean, and put in a fresh M.2 and installed a fresh from the CD. I've got it around here somewhere. From the CD, Windows 11. And it was a little difficult to install. You put the CD into the CD drive and it does its thing, and you answer the questions like, no, I don't have a registration key, because this is not going to waste a key on something I'm going to throw away. And it did everything to install, and then it stopped with a black screen and wouldn't go any further, at least not that I could see. And so I had to, and at this point I said, is this a problem with the motherboard or something else? And so I went to my drawers. I have a big cabinet of drawers back here with all sorts of piece parts in it, because that's what you need. You need stuff. And in one of those drawers was a good old-fashioned PC speaker. It's about this big, and it plugs into the motherboard and it beeps. I guess it would do audio too. But I wanted to see how many beeps the motherboard was doing when it booted. And it booted with one short beep, meaning that there was a problem. It wasn't beeping. It wasn't going all the way. Or no, it meant that there wasn't a problem, but I wasn't getting anything. And so I basically disconnected the CD drive, and I pulled out the plug from the second monitor and just basically stripped the system down to next to nothing. And it finally rebooted. It was just one of those things. It was an anomaly, something that I was doing it didn't like. And then I spent the next probably hour and a half, maybe hour and 45 minutes, finishing the install of Windows 11, a fresh install and doing all the updates. And they went faster than Windows 10 generally does on a fresh build. I was impressed with that. And then installed vMix and TeamViewer and NVIDIA driver for it's not a big fancy graphics card there. It's a, hello, Rich. What did he miss? You missed hardly anything. Just run it back to the beginning. You'll be okay. It's the same system as last week. So we're running, let's see if I can show you here. We've got a screen. Where can I find that screen? Come on, Tom. You're a smart guy. You can do this. Okay, so this is, whoops, come on, here we go, right there. This is the remote PC. Let me take that graphic off, and let me minimize this, and we will go to the process. No, we'll go back to performance, to CPU. The CPU is a i7 11700F. So it's not latest greatest, but it's reasonably so. Currently it's rocking along at 17% and at 4.4 gigahertz. The GPU is a RTX 2070 Super. Again, it was something I had in my recycle bin, and so I pulled it out and put it in. It's rocking along in the high 60s, 50s, 70s. We're okay there, I think. And then all these disks, don't pay any attention to any of those. Most of those are just thumb drives that I plug in to install different software from. And then the memory, we've got 16 gigs of RAM running at 3001 megahertz. Okay, whatever. So that's our system build. We don't have any capture cards. We don't have any audio connected to it. So it's just there. And yeah, and I understand from the vMix Funtime live show last night, didn't watch it. Sorry, guys, didn't watch it. Thanks to Marie and Tommy for informing me that vMix has tentatively given Windows 11 the thumbs up. We'll see how long that lasts. But that audio is a remaining issue. All right, so we've got this PC here, and I've fired up vMix. This is vMix 26.0.0.44 in the top left-hand corner. And right here is the build. That is the PC. You can see it's a fancy test bench I have. It's Chinese cardboard. Yeah. And you can see the capture, you can see the video card there with two monitors connected to it. You can see the blue Ethernet with the pink tape on it. And then underneath that is USB, which handles those USB drives, and then a wireless mouse and keyboard. And then, of course, behind that, you can see the monitor. And actually, to the right of all that, you can see my little drawers where I keep all my doodads. So we've added, in vMix, we've added 3 different NDI sources. And vMix says down here at the very bottom, can you see that? Let's see if we can sharpen this one just a second. Let's go to here and go to sharpen and see if that helps any. In the stats at the bottom, total CPU use is 3 or 1. And let's go ahead and bring up Task Manager. And we'll go to the CPU portion here. And we'll go right there. How about? And we've got 23 to 26. vMix says 2, Windows says 23. So we've still got the same issue, I think, that we had last week from the upgrade. And I was just curious to see, is a fresh install of Windows 11 going to be any different than an upgrade from Windows 10 to Windows 11? Because so many people had reported problems when they did the upgrade, and that other people have said, yeah, it's a factory installed Windows 11. It's been bulletproof. Haven't had any problems. Now that's all anecdotal. I don't have statistics on that. But I thought I'd go ahead and put this guy through some of the same tests that we used last week. So let's see. We've got some cameras. We want to go ahead and set up a stream. So let's set up a stream. We're going to go to YouTube Live. We need a stream key. So can we do that? Let's go ahead and we should have done all this in advance. What is let's see if that email works. It'll take a password. Wrong password. Bear with me. There we go. 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 No, we're not going to save that password. Oh, let's go live. And we need to get a stream key. Got it. Got it. Yeah, go ahead and get this window out of the way. How about, guys? stream key, we're going to copy it. Here we're going to paste it. Here we'll change that later. Let's go ahead and do a 1080p6, use the hardware encoder, and we'll go ahead and start that one. And it's streaming. Okay. And in vMix, the total CPU is jumped up to 5. And let's see what we've got here. 29%. So it didn't jump that much, 30%. Let's go ahead and get a couple multi-quarters going here. And so we'll take that one, and that one. And we're going to record those to where we're going to put them. Change the recording folder. Let's go to the DE. Oh, you know what? We didn't enable that drive. Let's go and enable that drive. It's funny how some things in Windows 11 are exactly like they were in Windows 10, and some of them are exactly like they were in Windows 7. So you never know. Okay, where is H? Right there. Let's go to H, and let's put a new folder on it. We'll call it recordings. And we'll go ahead and do a Windows AVI, high quality, audios from the input, new file every 0 minutes, record NDI in original MOV format. That's fine. So let's start that. And in vMix, we can see that CPU usage didn't really change. And that's the way Martin has advertised it, that the vMix AVI is not very resource intensive. All right, let's see what's happened in Task Manager. Task Manager, we've gone into the 40s now. vMix is still in the single digits, not even up to, well, there's 5 right there. 5, 4, 3, and Task Manager says 44. So let's see if we can't add some more stress to vMix here. So let's go over to the recording tab, and we're going to record, let's record to the H drive, and we'll just record it right here. And let's record a good high quality recording, a bit rate of 25. We'll use main, hardware encoder, good. And then let's do a second recording of output number 1. We'll put that also on the H drive. We're going to blister that H drive. And we'll do another high quality recording of 25. And it's going to be main. And we'll make it a, let's make it a WMV. 1920, bit rate of 80,000. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So let's go ahead and start those recordings. So they're going to start. vMix went from 4 to 6, back to 4, staying at 4 and 3. And Task Manager reports in the 60s now. Let's see if we can't get, if we can't stress this PC some more. So we've got one NDI, full NDI. This is the NDI P120. Let's see if we can't get another camera going here real quickly. And there we go. There we go. There's a cable. There's always a cable around when you need one. So let's fire up another another bird dog camera, because that's going to be full NDI. And that's going to give us, hopefully, I don't think it's going to compromise our bandwidth on our router or on our switch, but it will give us more CPU use. So while we're waiting for that to boot up, let's go ahead and add, Let's add a virtual set. And we'll add, let's add a desktop capture. That uses up a lot of, so let's see, let's use vMix there. Yep. Nope, it didn't like that one. Let's add another one. Desktop capture, we'll do vMix 3. There we go. Which one is that? Do we have a window open? Yeah, we do. We've got our streaming settings window open. Okay, so we'll close that. Let's go back to desktop capture. And we'll do that first one right there. And that one didn't go. Let's try one more time. These desktop captures are just kind of quirky. That's the only way to describe it. There we go. So let's close that one, and that one. And we'll be left with this one. That's a good one right there. And our CPU use, still 3%. Task Manager says 69.53. Okay. All right, let's go add our NDI source. NDI, we've got a new one. There it is, P100. And it's a close focus of one of my better features. So let's go to PTZ, connect. We'll take the zoom out. There we go. And up a little bit. There we go. So we're in good shape there. And that jumped the CPU. No, didn't affect the CPU at all so far as what vMix says. And so far as what Task Manager says, yeah, it's 70, 75, 62%. So vMix says it's cruising along at 5%. Task Manager says 70%. So I think the gap with this fresh install of Windows 11 is even larger than the gap we saw last week and the week before on an updated system. Our render time is still under 10 milliseconds down here. Render time, 10 milliseconds. GPU memory is at 50%, but you know, who cares? And this is 1080p 30. So for whatever reason, that's important. Let's try to add some other things here. Something that uses some, I don't have a whole lot of assets on here. Oh, let's do an instant replay. That's good. So we'll do that one, we'll do that one, we'll do that one. I'm assuming they're all coming in at the same rate. We'll find out in just a second. Session folder. Let's put that on the C drive. We really shouldn't, but we will. New folder. It's going to be replay. I mean, heck, we're trying to stress everything, right? So let's go there, see if we can do that there. Nope, instant replay and multi-quarter cannot be used at the same time. I knew that. Cancel that. All right, so let's think, what else can we add here? A video delay? Sure. Let's take one of our cameras and add a 20-second video delay to it. All right. Down here in vMix, the total CPU use, 5%. Task Manager, 60 to 70%. All right, let's see what else we can add down here. PowerPoint, we don't have any. Photos, we don't have any. Audio inputs, yeah, we don't have any. Titles, we can add some titles. Let's throw some titles in there. Oh, a video call, that's what we can do. We can, let's connect to a call because we've got one here in, let's see, password is so small, 584. Okay. And name is Tom. Okay, we'll see if we can connect to that. There we go. So that's the output that we're seeing right now. So we've got a connection. So if I go here, well, you can't see that because now we've gone there, but yeah, you could see it just for a second. All right. And in vMix, we can see that the total CPU is now hardly anything, 4 or 5%. Task Manager, 80, 67, 69, 71, 92. It's jumping around in there. Task Manager is beginning to feel uncomfortable. Let's go to, while we're here, let's explore this just a little bit. And the resource monitor, that's what we want to look at. So let's go to CPU. Let's go to views is small, and we'll go full screen with this for just a second. And over here in the right column is each core. And as you see the green mountain beginning to kind of move its way across, the 100% here aren't applicable to what we're talking about here, because you can see the CPU use on CPU 15 is less than 100% some of the time. So we're not worried about that, but it does tell us that all the cores are active. In fact, CPU 0 appears to be maxed at 100%. Don't think there's a way we can monitor an individual core, is there? Yeah, it doesn't appear to be. All right, so here it says our CPU usage is 47, 50, 58, 52, 49. That disagrees with, let's see, where is it? Let's get out of Resource Monitor. Well, no, I guess that's about what we're seeing. Well, there's an 82. So we're getting some spikes there, obviously. But in vMix, our total CPU is 2%, 4%. I have a feeling this is wrong. I think vMix is miscalculating this. Now, I'm not saying that the PC is accurate either, but I can't believe that we've got all this stuff going, and vMix is only cruising at 2%. Yep. So vMix, I think you've got some work to do here. Not much, because everything's pretty rock solid. Let's, I tell you what, let's do. Let's stop our recording. Stop recording, yes. And let's bring those recordings in as inputs. Let's do it the easy way. Let's just go here, and this PC, H, and those are our recordings. So we're just going to drag those in. Da-doom, da-doom. Yep. And let's go ahead and get those playing. And we'll get that one playing on loop. Our total CPU down here is only 2%. Can't be right, guys. Can't be right. CPU here, 67%. Oh, let's start the recorder back up again. What the heck? Still vMix says 2%. Render time is up to 12, 8, 11. And Windows 11 says we're at 81, 83%. This is kind of a warning area. You know, this is a caution area. Well, 97% is past caution. I think anything over 75% is cautionary. So yeah, I think you want to be careful. If this is really what Windows is doing there. Now remember, we've got an 8-core CPU, and we're running 1080p. We're recording 2 outputs. We're recording 3 cameras, and we're live streaming. So that's 6 different functions. And then we've also got 2 videos that are playing in the background. And what else is going on? And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 We'll drag this one over there. 4 NDI inputs. And 3 of them are full NDI. One of them is NDI HX. Oh, and we also have a video delay. So yeah. So what do I think's going on? I think vMix is not recording the CPU usage accurately. I can hear the fan roaring back there, so I think that machine is working pretty hard. Whether it's working 90%, let's go back and find out what that was. You know, is it running at 88%, 97%, 100%? It could be. I don't think it is, but it kind of acts like it might be. We'll have to see. I don't feel like I've got the time today to download a independent CPU meter. And heck, would that even be accurate? Don't know. So here's my conclusion. My conclusion is that vMix is not ready for Windows 11. That they probably are working on a fix to this. The audio issue that other people are recording, I haven't experienced, and it's probably a driver issue. It's probably not something in Windows. So yeah. So let's vMix, let's get to work on fixing this CPU usage so that we can get accurate information here, because if vMix says I'm doing 4% and I'm doing 94%, that's the difference between standing 20 feet away from the edge of the cliff and dangling your toes over the edge of the cliff. Maybe even leaning forward over the edge of the cliff. Let's don't do that. All right, we're going to be right back with the post show here after this lovely video from our friend Martin K. Thank you, Martin. Ah, yes. Yeah, that would have been a good idea, Jan, to do browser inputs, to do YouTube. I could have done it, but you know, according to Windows 11, we were stressing that PC, you know, right up to here, right up there. I mean, if it was swimming, the only thing it had was its nose barely above water. Yep. So let's see. What did I miss here? The Flat Internet Society. Yep, I like that. I'm going to join that. Thank you, Rich. Marie says that the audio issue was not related to Windows 11. And I can believe that. But Tommy says he's got a different experience. Huh. And that sounds like a setup. I'm not computer smart, but oh my gosh. All right, Tommy's got PoE running 2 cameras, NDI-HX, and a Reolink security cam. Oh, you've got a network issue. Yep. Yep, you got a network issue, Tommy. Don't know what it is. Yep, we did that. We did that. And they were all high. They weren't maxed. They weren't overloaded. Thank you, Eric. We're just, we're just trying to get to the truth here. Tim had to go in and uncheck the AI functions to get their audio fixed. I have to go watch that show. Maybe that was in the pre-show. Uh-oh, something else to play with. SRT in YouTube. That's cool. That is a lovely quote. My mom had me tested. Computers are something I don't really understand. I find that so hard to believe. I really do. I really do. But it depends on where your interests are. Things that you're interested in, you work hard to understand. If you're not interested, you're not interested. Yeah, just for comparison, we were talking about CPU usage in vMix. I've got an what do I have here on this machine? Let's find out before we say something stupid. What am I looking for? Task Manager. On my PC, my production PC. And it is an i9 10900KF. So it's got a bunch of cores. Let's see how many cores it's got. CPU total cores. It's got 20. It's a 10-core CPU. So I've got a 10-core CPU running at, I don't know, some ungodly speed, 4.88 gigahertz. So not that high. And I'm streaming and recording. Actually, I'm just streaming now. Hold it. Time out. All right. So I forget. I pressed the button to turn it off, not just hold it. So you guys got to hear that sneeze. Sorry about that. So I'm streaming, and I'm throwing NDI signals back and forth and all that kind of stuff. And my total CPU is 31%. I can't believe, with as little as I'm doing in this machine, that I'm working harder than that machine over there that's got all that other stuff going on in it, and it's only using 5%. That just doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. No doubt. No doubt. No doubt. Thank you, Tommy. Oh, that's no good. Yeah, Tom forgot how to operate the cough button. There we go. All right. Well, I think we've started a thread. My conclusion that I said in the show, and I'm going to say again, my conclusion is that Windows 11 is not fully baked. I don't think. vMix is not ready completely in the vMix style of being ready. When vMix throws out a beta, that sucker is ready for prime time. Every beta that comes out, I use it immediately in my productions, even though they say you shouldn't use a beta in live productions. That's what this show is all about, doing things you're not supposed to do, and so that we can see what the consequences are. Not next week, but at some point, I'm going to update my main PC, my production PC here, to Windows 11, and we'll do an entire show with Windows 11 and see what happens. But I don't think vMix is ready for that. I'm sorry to see that vMix has given the thumbs up to Windows 11. I think they're going to be besieged with calls or emails from folks that that are having problems with Windows 11. I don't think vMix is ready unless they've got an update coming out momentarily. I don't have any updates showing here. Yep. What a sweetheart. All right, guys, we're going to close out here. If you're thinking about updating or upgrading to Windows 11, I say wait. Wait. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm going to do it because I'm an idiot. And if something stupid happens on this show, that's even better. But don't you do it yet. Just wait just a little bit longer. I mean, let's look at it this way. I don't see anything in Windows 11 that beckons me other than Windows 11 messages to update to Windows 11. I mean, Windows 10 messages to update to Windows 11. Nothing is calling me to Windows 11. There's no fruit there that I'm seeking other than not being annoyed anymore with all these requests to update. So hold off. Hold off. Just a little bit longer. Hold off just a little bit longer. Yeah. All right, guys. I appreciate you as usual. And I will I'll catch you next week. Yeah? Let's do it. Thanks for watching. Oh!